Did you miss me? Because I missed me. I missed you guys too. I'm so excited to be here today. I'm sharing with you guys this look that I posted on TikTok and 2 people asked me for a tutorial, okay? 2 people today, but 2 million tomorrow, all right? All right. Honestly, I would have made this tutorial anyway, even if nobody asked. I would have probably texted my little sister to comment on my video and say, give me a tutorial so I could pin it on my TikTok and be like, fine, very highly requested video. Anyways, this is gonna be a very in-depth eyeshadow tutorial, okay? I go with my tips, ticks, whys, and hows. Get your beverage, get your little coffee, play me in the background as your morning routine because we're on good vibes from now on until forever, until any minor inconvenience that makes me spiral. Okay, but we're not gonna get into it. Without further ado, let's get into it. I'm gonna start off by moisturizing my face. This is my favorite moisturizer slash primer slash sunscreen. I just love how pretty it makes my skin look, feel, and smell. This does all 3, and then after this I'll just do all of my primers and stuff. Lancome, it is a Lancome UV Expert Aqua Gel Defense. That's what it looks like. It's so good. For this look, I'm going to start with the eyes first. I'll go ahead and carve out my brow with a matte concealer. This eyebrow naturally lifts up so much, so I have to remind myself to go so I don't draw it like that. All right, that's gonna give us a nice clean base. The first color I'm gonna go in is going to be with my bronzer. And I'm going to apply this all the way up to my brow bone and extending this out. You can be pretty messy with it. I'm going to now start focusing it right here and even bringing it down this way. That will start giving my eyes some shape and really helping us out when it comes down to blending. I like to actually bring it all the way up because it makes the eyeshadows even extra smoky. It's gonna be a very modernized 2016 makeup look. So now that I have some shape to my eye, and I'm bringing this all the way out because everything's gonna be pulled outwards. I'm then go in with this little ColourPop quad eyeshadow, pretty browns. This is in called the Sparkler eyeshadow. And with that same brush, I'm gonna go in with this color right here. What I'm gonna do here is I'm really going to start focusing this on the outer V of the eye. You know what, I'm actually gonna go in with a smaller brush so I can really work this in and be precise. This is a vintage MAC. I don't even know what number this is. It's this. That's a MAC brush. Once you get the color concentrated on that outer corner, then I go in and just kind of try to marry the bronzer. Okay, now when I feel like it's not distributing any more color, I'm gonna go dip back in and I'm gonna see where my crease is. And what I always like to do is, as I'm doing my makeup, I like to stop and just look forward to see, okay, where is my eye sitting? Where is it laying? Where does the eyeshadow need to go to create the illusion that I'm wanting? So I'm gonna go in and stamp out this crease because we are doing glitter cut crease. So I'm gonna go very heavy-handed here. Girl, doing all this clean girl TikTok baddie makeup has me kind of feeling like I don't know how to blend eyeshadow anymore. I think that's pretty good. Now going back in again with a smaller brush now. I'm gonna go back in with the darkest shade here. This one, I'm going to really concentrate that in this outer V. Start off with patting motions About creating a line here that's easily diffused. I'm just really stamping out my shape, which again, I want it to be in a very winged out form. We're gonna smudge some eyeliner later, and it's just gonna help everything be super diffused, super smoky. And I'm still just going in and working that in a patting motion. Brush, once I feel like there's not that much product on the brush, then I go in and just with sweeping motions, I come out here. And it slowly starts creating that winged shape. Now I can go in and really, I almost like push it in where my actual crease is, not above the crease, just to further intensify this area again. And I'm really pressing this in. You know what this is called? The cuenca. I want to start making some videos in Spanish. En la cuenca del ojo, with that medium brown. And just make sure this is nice and diffused again, especially in this area right here. Very lightly, I just kind of go in with it and start stamping out my shape. Put the concealer and the bronzer so far out because it just allows everything to blend when we get to these darker tones. This is what we have so far. I'm gonna go ahead and do the same thing on the other eye, and I'll be right back. Okay, now that we have both eyes just as smoky, I'm gonna go back in with that same concealer and a flat brush and make sure that is nice and coated on both sides. And I'm gonna do this motion just to make sure the bristles are like really compact and flat so we can get a crispy edge. That's the 2016 makeup guru in me, because it's not very necessary to get a crispy edge, and you don't even have to cut your crease for this look. But for the nostalgia, I will. Now, again, we're gonna continue to look straight ahead, and you can kind of see we have a little bit of a guideline of where we didn't put any product in. I always like to, just a little trick for you guys, I always like to go in, put the color on, look all the way up, and find how far it needs to go in order for you to see it while your eye is still open. Extend this a little bit farther than my actual crease here in the tear duct, just so it allows me more room to play with and add shadow to. Man, I am so out of practice. Okay, now we have that with a clean brush. This edge, I'm just going to stamp it out. Easy to diffuse out. You can go in with your finger, with your brush, whatever you want. Just don't want there to be a lot of product sitting right there. With the same eyeshadow palette and a flat brush, I'm gonna go into this gold right here. This is in Sweet On. And so our glitter has a nice background to lay on, so we don't have to go so heavy with the glitter. I'm going to stamp this all in the blank area. One of the ways that I know that my frontal lobe is developing is where I truly, truly appreciate a good mini palette with all of the colors that you need already pre-selected for you. It just makes things so easy. Gone are the days where you used to use 20 palettes and each palette had like 40 colors. There's just something about that overwhelms me so much, which maybe I should try it so I can be a little bit more creative with my look, since I've been such a basic biatch. Such a pretty bronze, what it's looking like so far. I did one eye off camera to speed things up a little bit. This is what it's looking like, and here is what we have. What we're gonna do now is we're gonna grab a creamy black gel liner. I'm using this one from NYX. She's very much well loved. And what we're gonna do is, because I want this to be a very sultry, smoky eye, but I also want everything to be nice and blended, I'm going to grab this pencil we're gonna do here is we're going to start drawing. Begin from the outer V where it is the smokiest. I'm gonna zoom even out just a little bit more. Where it is the smokiest. And I'm going to drag that in. So we're going to want a tight line. And we're gonna keep it pretty thin in the front here, but we're going to not be super precise in this outer corner. And again, we're going to really take over that outer corner, and in a wing-like shape. It doesn't have to be super precise, and I'm not gonna take it out too much. With the smaller brush that we were using, I'm gonna go in, but I'm gonna start off blending it inwards. Because the glitter is so bright, it really makes the dark shadows that at first looked super dark not look as dark now. So I'm going to use this eyeliner to help me further deepen and intensify this outer corner. And the beauty of this is that those shadows are helping you out. Everything has a purpose. I used to hate when my mom would tell me, everything has a place and there's a place for everything. My mom was the first person to say that to me, and then my fiance. Anyways, okay, so now that we got that, then we can start extending it outwards again. Just dragging that product to create that shape that we want, while also creating the depth that we want. So here we go again with the pencil. I feel like I need a little bit more here, and as you can see, it goes at an angle. There's a little bit of like a triangle right here, and this works because I opened up my eye by cutting my crease, extending the crease, brightening the crease, and now with these darker colors, I've just allowed myself so much more lid space. Sometimes people are like, oh, I wish I could do that, but I don't have the lid space. Neither do I, girl. My lid ends right there, but this is all an illusion. That's the beauty of makeup. With that same brush again, we're just gonna go in. With this Miss A eyelash glue, I'm gonna put a little bit on the back of my hand, tap into it, and in little tapping, pressing motions, I'm gonna go in everywhere where I put that gold eyeshadow. I'm gonna go in with my glitter, which is this one. It's a beautiful gold. A fluffy brush, I'm gonna dip it in. And I'm gonna lightly just start pressing it everywhere. And the reason we use a eyeshadow of the same color as the background of this is it just really helps you not get a very heavy eye glitter look. Like, it looks nice and sparkly without looking really chunky and having to use so much glitter. I just feel like it looks a little bit more elegant this way. And I use a fluffy brush to make the glitter kind of be dispersed. Is that a word? To further blend out that glitter, I'm gonna go back in with my medium color in the second brush that I use. And in slight tapping motions, I'm just going to hit those edges. That way it colors that shimmer. And there is a and it just makes it that much more seamless. I know this seems like a lot, but the way I got so many compliments and how just pretty I felt with this look, it is so worth it. And it's just so fun to just sit here and just be extra meticulous with your makeup. If you like makeup, if you don't like makeup or have the patience, this is not the video for you. You're gonna hate it. But if te quieres hacer pendejita for a little while, follow this. This is definitely for you. A little bit more black liner right here. You see how we have a winged eye effect without necessarily doing a winged eyeliner. This is for the girlies who are not really good at it. This is the way to get that illusion. Now, whenever I do makeup, if you didn't know, I am a freelance makeup artist located in Dallas. Hit me up. But this is how I often create this illusion for people who want a winged eyeliner, or they're like, oh, I've always wanted to do it, but I don't have the eye or the skill. And if the eye shape isn't, and if the eye shape doesn't really flow with the winged eyeliner, I always tell my clients, like, okay, this is how you can get that illusion without necessarily doing that if they don't have the eye shape, or if they don't have the skill or the patience or the experience with it. You can get that same illusion this way. Well, not this exact way, but a similar method of the bottom waterline is what I'm using as my guide in how to clean it. I don't want to go too upwards, just going along with the shape of my face and where I normally put bronzer and stuff. So I'm gonna be putting bronzer like right here. So I don't want it to be too angular. Okay, this is what it looks like from far away. Right now it's going to look really, really crazy. It's gonna look crazy before it gets better. Also, if you have really straight eyelashes, this Miss A, this is the best eyelash curler I've ever used. My little sister actually put me on. Leaves my lashes sticking straight up. It's literally insane. And it's so important to tightline, because if we hadn't tightline, because our eyeshadows are so dark, we would have been able to see the white of the lash rim, as well as when we glue our eye. It just adds to the smoky effect. And for the lashes, I'm going to be using these that I got from Miss A in the style Grace. They are just these pretty fluffy. They're not very long, but they have a subtle cat eye effect as well as being really full. These are perfect. Little bevy break together. I have here a protein banana iced coffee latte, some water. Now let's go on to this base, because my base ate. The primer, I did just go in with the Milk Hydro Grip all over my face. I love to spot treat my face. Sometimes people are like, what's the point of using so many primers? Okay, look, primers are literally supposed to specifically target a certain thing, okay? I so happen to need a few different things. My nose gets really, really oily, so I am going to be using this One Size Oil Sucker. Mine is filthy, ignore that. After letting this Hydro Grip set and dry, I'm going to go in with a tiny amount of this and really work it into the T-zone. Really work it in this area right here. Moving on to my foundation. This is my favorite full coverage foundation. Literally never fails me. It is both matte, but still very skin-like. They're still very breathable. So I'm trying out a new bronzer. This is from Mama Mitchell, and yeah, so stay tuned. This is new, but this is typically my placement. I really love when things just flow, and that blended out really, really nice. I was a little skeptical, I was a little concerned, but that actually blended out really, really nicely. I like to put it around my lips as well, because it creates a little bit more of a dimension, especially when I'm doing a full coverage foundation. I feel like your face loses a lot of natural dimension, natural shadows. So putting those back in makes your face look three-dimensional again. You see how the bronzer of my nose is now connecting to the eye and everything just flows. This is how I feel like I get such a sculpted face. Whenever I do my makeup, a lot of people always ask me about my contour routine, whether it's my cheekbones or like my nose contour, and I really think it's just that I I put shadows back where they go, or I emphasize the shadows. All of my cream products are now done, and I'm gonna go in with the Charlotte Tilbury spray. Hopefully it doesn't spit on me because I'm almost out. I really like to do this more so because I'm about to go in with a lot of powders, but I still want to maintain a nice natural luminosity to the skin. All right, now with the powder puff, Charlotte Tilbury powder, making sure there's no creases. I'm going to lightly set that. I will be honest with you guys, I held out on buying this little mother effer for so long because I'm a little coda, like I really am. The idea of spending so much money on a single powder just didn't sit right with me. I was very skeptical, like how good can a powder be? But I've never been more happy to be wrong. And I'm an Aries, okay? We don't do wrong very much. It's so good. It's really freaking bomb, dare I say. In lightly bake, bakes heavily, okay. There's some things that you guys really like. I think don't tell me because I told myself that I was on a no buy till further notice until I finish pretty much everything. When I set my powder, I will leave this powder in and I'll just kind of slightly blend it in. Except for on the nose area, I do like to leave those a little harsher. I love the way Tarte products smell. I've been having this palette for forever. I actually pretty sure one of my best friends left it for me after I complimented her on it. I was like, oh, I love this. And she literally left it for me. Shout out to you, Cassandra. I love you. Let me know if you guys have, I'm not gonna buy anything, also me. Let me know what powder bronzer you guys like. I really have been enjoying my Hoola. I've hit pan and I have yet to hit pan on so many things. However, I just feel like I like the color perhaps. I wish the powder itself was a little bit more smoothing. Maybe what I'm looking for is more of a baked bronzer, but baked bronzers tend to lean more warm, and I would really like something that's pretty neutral so it can be both a bronzer but also a contour shade. I don't know. I was gonna say in winter I get super translucent, but we're literally in the winter right now and I can go outside in shorts, in a t-shirt and be perfectly fine. Like, that's crazy. That's crazy. Imagine there's people out there that said global warming was not a real thing. It's December. It's December. I walked out in chanclas. Whatever. I'm gonna wipe that bake away. Really excited for a video idea that I have about how I want to present myself for 2025. I feel like 2024 was such a surreal year. It went by so fast. I'm like, what did I do? Like, what was I doing? But it's also been such a great year. I feel like the last few months were a little hard with all of the government changes going on, but it's also been such a marvelous year. I was looking at my vision board, and it's so funny. One of the best and most amazing things that's I think is gonna be a highlight of my life is that I was proposed to in the most beautiful way that I don't have enough imagination to have ever imagined how I was going to be proposed to or even when, and it's literally the highlight of my life. Where was I going with this? Okay, oh yeah, that was the highlight of my year slash life, but also a part of me was scared to look at my vision board because in the back of my mind, I just felt like I was gonna be disappointed with some of the things that I accomplished and did not accomplish. And just one thing that I wanna tell people is that there's sometimes the timeline is just not accurate. Sometimes getting through the year, maybe handling things a little bit better is such a win in itself. Started off that sentence with a completely different thing than what I ended on. Anyways, I remember where I was going. Okay, nowhere near the way I was headed, but let's go back. I want to be a woman who, when people meet me, what they get from meeting me is, oh my gosh, she's really confident. She has such an untouchable aura. This woman knows who she is, what she wants, and no one can touch her. Like, do you guys watch Rhythm and Flow? Okay, I wanna achieve my inner Surah Ali. Like, you don't gotta like me, I like me. But I go so hard, I don't gotta do too much. Like, I'm chill, I'm cool, I'm so confident, I'm unshakable, I'm unfuckwittable. That's the energy I want to project. The woman that I've been watching on YouTube, and I will post her page right here. And when I was done watching her video, I'm like, wow, that's a bad bitch. Like, in todo el sentido de la palabra. Like, I loved who she was and who she embodied, how she spoke. She presented herself as an intelligent, powerful woman, and that's how I want to present myself. And I feel like everything will follow after that. So for 2025, I'm focusing on the vibes, okay? Like, that is the vibe that I want to give off. What does a bad bitch do? A bad bitch walks into the room confident. She doesn't feel like, ooh, I'm scared, I don't want to be perceived, I'm a little anxious, I'm a little socially awkward, meeting people gives me anxiety, I get a little scared. No, I want to walk into a room and be like, I deserve to be here. And not in an ugly, arrogant way, of course, right? But I often find myself being like, hi, I don't know how I got here. And I don't want to do that. Being humble has never brought nothing to nobody, you know? I want to be like, you know what? I want to walk into a room and instead of feeling like, oh my God, I can't believe I've been here. I never imagined, even though that's so beautiful and it's really grateful and it's something that's really true to who I am as a person, I feel like it's doing myself a disservice, a dishonesty. Like, of course I'm here. I've worked on it. I have showed up. I never quit. I never gave up. I deserve to be here. This room is lucky to be in my presence because what am I giving off? Anybody who meets me, I want them to be inspired to be the best versions of themselves, to see me walking my path that I want people to see me walking my path with my head held up so high that the only other option is for them to also walk in their path with their head held high. Does that make any sense? Okay, anyways, let's hurry up. I pretty much did the same thing I did at the top, at the bottom. I put some black, dark brown. I didn't do black on the bottom. I'm gonna follow up with some mascara. There goes the lip. Now I'm going to be using my literally favorite lipstick right now. It is these Anastasia liquid velvets or Anastasia lip velvets. You guys, these lipsticks are the best thing ever created. I can't stop wearing them. In fact, I bought 6 of them. Look. On top of being pigmented, they're so comfortable to wear. After a few hours, yeah, your lips get a little bit dry, but I cannot even almost fathom putting on any liquid lipstick or any matte lipstick and not put on a gloss on top of it. It takes a little bit to where I want to put a gloss on, but it looks so pretty and it's not uncomfortable enough for me to not wear it matte. You know what I mean? I'm just gonna leave the lips like this. I'm gonna go do my hair and I will be right back. Okay, so I did my hair. I got my hands on the Shark Flex styler and it was my first time trying it. It looks amazing. I still need a little bit of practice with it, so let me know if y'all want to see that. Let's finish off the look. I'm gonna add a little bit of this Sephora lip stain liquid lipstick. I want to try a new lip gloss. Maybelline sent over these lip glosses. I have no business being this cute. I don't know why I don't take the time of doing my makeup every single day. Maybe that'll be on my New Year's resolution, on the vision board I went on a tangent with, that I need to get ready every day because look, every time I get ready, every time I do my makeup, I'm like, I am the baddest bitch alive. Sorry, not sorry. When I pop out with a good lip combo, when my face is giving that beautiful combination of like velvety, glowy, dewy, juicy, smooth, when my nose does that little button nose thing, when my lip gloss is popping, when my lip gloss is cool and all the boys be stopping, yeah, they know nothing about me. They know nothing about me, okay? Makeup look we are recreating, and yeah, the difference is the gloss, I believe. Close enough. Is it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for all the love in the comments. Thank you for following me on Instagram and TikTok and whatever else the internet comes up with, since you know TikTok is going to be here. Anyways, I love this makeup. I think it's so pretty. It looks so beautiful. I love the way my base came out as well. It's very beat, but also yeah, it's very beat. Made it this far. I want to know how you plan on presenting yourself for 2025. I want the vibe you want to give and how you're going to achieve it. Just tell me something you're looking forward to, whatever's on your vision board. I want to go on this journey with you guys together. I'll see you on my next video. Bye.